हॅलो. हां, बघितलं. दवाखान्याचं नाव दिसत नाही तुझं. नाही येत. ते दवाखान्याचं नाव टाकून हे करायचं होतं का, म्हणून विचारलं तुला मी. बघूया. ठीक आहे, बघूया. बरोबर, कारण कुठलं तर नाव टाकून रजिस्ट्रेशन करावं लागतं कुठल्या सेंटरमध्ये घेऊन. तसं होत असेल तर ठीक आहे, परंतु कसं आपल्याला ज्या दिवशी पाहिजे. हां, चालतंय, बघूया. चालेल, ठीक. चालतंय. ठीक. Good evening, everybody. Can somebody confirm that I am audible and my screen is visible? Can somebody confirm? Yes, audible. Okay. So Revannath has confirmed that I am audible and screen is visible. Okay. So basically, this is the syllabus which we are supposed to discuss in this particular chapter. So we have discussed the stages of combustion in CI engine, the delay period, the abnormal combustion, that is the diesel knob, normal combustion, the requirements of the combustion chamber for CI engines and its types, comparison of abnormal combustion in SI and CI engine, and the CT number. So in the previous lecture, we were discussing about, I think, uh, the combustion chamber requirements and its types, and the remaining point is the remaining part of this and the CTA number. So that was the things. Just we will have a overview of regarding what we have discussed in the previous lecture, and then we will proceed. So these were the requirements or considerations for CI engine combustion chamber. For so they are listed over here. We want high thermal efficiency. We should be able to use less expensive fuels, or we should be able to use multiple fuels. Ease of starting. Starting should be very easy. It should not be difficult to start that particular engine. Preferably, at this particular point, becomes important when we talk about multi-fuel engine, because when we are talking of multi-fuel engine, one particular fuel which will be using as a important fuel, or the fuel for that particular engine, may not have uh, ignition temperature lower enough to start the combustion. Okay, for example, if I am using alcohol or any other fuel, so suppose a biodiesel, maybe that particular biodiesel does not have um, lesser self-ignition temperature as per the requirement of the diesel engine. So in such cases, what generally is done is initially one fuel is being injected as a primary injection or pilot injection, which is having lesser self-ignition temperature, and then when the combustion actually starts, we go for injecting the fuel which is having higher self-ignition temperature. So in that manner also we can have combustion. So there the ease of starting becomes an important issue. Ability to handle the variation in the speed, smoothness of operation. So the operation should be smooth. It should not make much noise. It should not be giving much vibrations. The emission should be less as far as possible. The volumetric efficiency should be high. The mean effective pressure should be high. So these were the requirements for a CI engine combustion chamber. And then we discussed about uh, what are the main types of combustion chamber, what we go for using in case of CI engine. And so the types of combustion chamber where the direct type of combustion chambers and indirect type of combustion chamber. This is the main classification. Okay, depending on how many chambers are there in the combustion chamber or where the fuel is being injected inside the combustion chamber, which part of the combustion chamber, we have the classification as direct injection type of combustion chamber and indirect injection type of combustion chamber. In direct injection type of combustion chamber, we said the fuel is being injected in the main combustion chamber. So there is only one part of the combustion chamber which we call as the main combustion chamber, and there we are going to inject the fuel. So since the fuel is injected directly into the main combustion chamber, we call that particular type of combustion chamber as direct injection type of combustion chamber. And second type of combustion chamber is indirect type of combustion chamber, IDI type of combustion chamber. In this particular case, we have the combustion chamber divided into two parts. One is one extended portion where we start the combustion, and the second is your main combustion chamber. Okay, so it has two parts, and accordingly, since the combustion is being started in the small extended part, which we call as the primary combustion chamber. What we call it as swirl type of combustion chamber. Okay, or we have different names depending on the types. Okay, so that extended portion where we start the combustion is where the region where we inject the fuel, and we are not injecting the fuel directly into the main combustion chamber, and therefore we call this particular type of combustion chambers as indirect type of combustion chambers. So that is the basic difference between direct type of injection combustion chamber and indirect type of combustion chambers. Then we started with discussing the advantages and disadvantages of direct type of combustion chamber. So we had advantages that heat loss is minimum because the surface to volume ratio is minimum when compared to that of indirect type. So since the surface area is less, the heat loss is less, and hence the efficiency of such an engine is comparatively higher when compared to that of IDI type of combustion chamber. So DI type of combustion chambers have comparatively higher efficiency, thermal efficiency, when compared to that of IDI type of combustion chambers, because DI type of combustion chambers are having less surface to volume ratio. The cold starting problem is lesser because we have less heat lost due to lesser contact surface area or lesser surface to volume ratio. Due to that, the heat lost to the cylinder walls is lesser comparatively, and therefore cold starting problems are comparatively lesser. Then we have, since we are able to use multi-hole type of nozzles in DI type of combustion chambers, the atomization what we get is better compared to that of IDI type of combustion chamber. So, we are able to use multi-hole nozzles, and therefore the atomization is better. So, when the atomization is better, comparatively the combustion will be easier and complete. Disadvantage is that since the holes of the nozzle are smaller, we are using a multi-hole nozzle. We are not using a single hole nozzle. So since we are using a multi-hole nozzle, that is now the holes of the nozzle are smaller in diameter compared to that of a single hole nozzle, and therefore the amount of pressure required to inject the fuel into the combustion chamber is higher. Moreover, compared to the IDA type, here we are going to, in direct type of combustion chamber, we are going to inject the fuel in the main combustion chamber where the pressure is very high. Okay, so therefore, inside the combustion chamber itself, the pressure is very high. So our pressure, injection pressure, should be higher than the pressure inside the combustion chamber, and therefore the amount of pressure required in case of CI engine DI type of combustion chamber is very high, and therefore we require complex design of fuel injection pump, and obviously very good accurate metering system is required in case of CI engine. So you can see over here in this particular figures, you are able to see what are the different types of DI type of combustion chambers. Okay, so the different types of DI type of combustion chambers are seen here over here. म्हणजे इथं काय असतं की एकच रिजन असतं ज्याला आपण मेन कंबशन चेंबर असं म्हणतो. एक्सटेंडेड पार्ट असं काही नाहीये. तर इथं सगळा एवढ्याच रिजनला आपण मेन कंबशन चेंबर म्हणतो. इथं एवढ्या रिजनला आपण मेन कंबशन चेंबरला म्हणतो. इथं एवढ्या रिजनला आपण मेन कंबशन, इथं एवढ्या रिजनला. सो प्रिफरेबली we can have the cavity on the pistons in case of CI type of combustion chamber, preferably DI type of combustion chambers. Okay, maybe sometimes there are cavity in the cylinder head also. Okay, cylinder head also, that is also possible. But preferably we will have the cavity inside the piston head or piston crown, whatever we call it as. So we have a correspondingly the nature of the air motion inside the combustion chamber is going to differ depending on what is the nature of the cavity what we have on the piston crown, and correspondingly we have shallow depth type of combustion chamber, we have hemispherical chamber type of combustion chamber, we have cylindrical chamber type of combustion chamber, and toroidal chamber type of combustion chamber. So in this particular case you can clearly see the air is moving like this. Okay, and in this particular cases there will be a circular motion like this inside the combustion chamber. So if you want to see this particular motion inside the combustion chamber, better we will go for seeing this particular video where our idea regarding how the motion of the combustion chamber inside the combustion chamber can be clear. So you can see over here the diesel engine. So this is your induction stroke, this is a compression stroke, this is a power stroke, and this is your exhaust stroke. So here the air is being injected. So now it is compressed to a very high degree, so it has become very hot, and at the end of the compression stroke we are going to inject. So this is how you can see clearly the air motion inside the combustion chamber and a injection of a multi-hole nozzle. So this is your swirl type of air motion. So you can see the cavity on the piston, which is acting as a region where we call it as a combustion chamber. So you can see here how the air is moving. So the swirl type of motion is very important. The intake manifold is designed in such a manner that whatever air is going to come inside the combustion chamber is going to move in a certain fashion. And the type of motion what we get, we are calling it as a swirl, SWIRL. So that was about. Now here you can see so you can see how the combustion is happening. So that is the region where you call it as a combustion chamber, where this particular fuel is able to burn when it is injected. So you can see the combustion happening over there when the injection is happening. So that was about DI type of combustion. So you can see over the air motion. So this air motion plays a very important role in case of the CI engines. And here you can see the air motion, while in case of this toroidal type, the air motion is from the center towards outside. So everywhere in every region it will be like this. Here it will be like this. So in this side it will be like this. On the back side it will be like something like this. So here it is outside, here it is outside. From the center towards outside it will be moving, okay, in a circular fashion. So such a motion is what we call as a squish type of air motion. So we have different types of air motion as per the requirement in case of CI engines, and this particular type, the swirl type, is important, and the squish is the second important type of combustion air motions, which is generally required in case of a CI engine for complete combustion to happen, so that our combustion efficiency is higher. Moving ahead, we have another type of combustion chamber, what we call as the IDI type of combustion chambers. So in case of IDI type of combustion chambers, you can see the different air cells, or the primary combustion chambers, or what we call as the extended part. Okay, so you can see over here in this particular case, here we have an extended part, here we have extended part, and this is your main combustion chamber. Similarly, here we have extended part, and this is your main combustion chamber. This is your main combustion chamber, and here you have the extended part. So this is air cell type of combustion chamber. This is swirl chamber type of combustion chamber. This is what we call as pre-combustion type of combustion chamber. Okay, so there are these are the different types of combustion chamber. There are many. Okay, so pre-combustion chamber, swirl combustion chamber, air cell combustion chamber. These are the different types of IDA type of combustion chambers. So, and how they are working, so I will observe now. So we have some disadvantages of DI type of engines. To overcome them, we go for next type of combustion chambers, what we call as IDA type of combustion chambers. So let us see what is this IDA type of combustion chambers are. So you can see over here. So you can see this is your uh, here in this particular you can see over here. Here you have seen the swirl chamber. So this is called as your swirl chamber, and here you have the main combustion chamber. So in this particular swirl chamber, you can see over here what is happening in the swirl combustion chamber. So initially when the air is being compressed, some part of the air goes inside the swirl combustion chamber, and there the injection is happening. So this is one injector and this is one heater. So as per requirement, we can heat the at first starting. So this is also called as a pre-combustion chamber type of combustion chamber. So you can see. So this is a swirl chamber type of combustion chamber, IDA type of combustion chamber. So you can see initially we are starting the combustion over here. We are starting the combustion over here, and that means your ignition delay period is covered over here. So the four stages of combustion in CI engine were ignition delay period, which has two subparts, that is a physical delay and a chemical delay. So the physical delay and chemical delay period is covered over here in this swirl or pre-combustion chamber. Okay, and when this particular burning mixture is going inside the main combustion chamber, your second stage is starting. So you can see. So almost the first stage is over, and the probability of knocking is very less in case of this particular type. The probability of knocking कमी आहे म्हणतोय आपण, कारण फर्स्ट स्टेज वर अवलंबून होतं की सेकंड स्टेज मध्ये किती मोठा स्फोट होणार आहे. परंतु इथं तुमचा कंबशन चेंबर छोटा दिलाय, आणि सुरुवातीला आपण इथं काय करतोय, एक पिंटल नोझल वापरतोय आणि पिंटल नोझल मध्ये आपल्याला फ्युअलची क्वांटिटी कंट्रोल करता येते, कारण पिंटलचं जर पिंटलची शेप आहे तिचं प्रॉपरली डिझाईन केली तर आपल्याला सुरुवातीला येणाऱ्या फ्युअलची क्वांटिटी आपल्याला कंट्रोल करता येते. मग आपण काय करतो, सुरुवातीला थोडे क्वांटिटी ऑफ फ्युअल, आणि जर आपण पिंटॉक्स टाइप ऑफ नोझल वापरलं तर पायलट इंजेक्शन करतो, आणि स्मॉल क्वांटिटी ऑफ फ्युअल इज इंजेक्टेड इन टू दिस पर्टिक्युलर प्री कंबशन चेंबर. म्हणजे सुरुवातीला एक थोडंसं फ्युअल इथं टाकायचं पायलट इंजेक्शन म्हणून, आणि एकदा का ती पायलट इंजेक्शन म्हणून गेलेलं फ्युअल जे आहे ती एकदा पेटलं की नंतर युअर मेन इंजेक्शन स्टार्ट्स, अँड व्हेन द मेन इंजेक्शन स्टार्ट्स युअर फर्स्ट स्टेज हॅज बीन ओव्हर. म्हणजे ज्याच्यामुळं आपल्याला नॉकिंग होणार होतं त्याचा आणि नंतर त्या इंजेक्शनचा काही संबंध येत नाही, कारण फर्स्ट स्टेज मध्ये जर जास्त फ्युअल साठलं तरच प्रॉब्लेम येणार आहे. परंतु आपण काय करतोय, सरळ पायलट इंजेक्शन करून आपल्याला आता वी आर गोइंग टू डिसाइड हाऊ मच फ्युअल इज वी आर गोइंग टू इंजेक्ट इन द फर्स्ट स्टेज, बरोबर. आणि नंतर मग ज्या वेळेला आपण मेन इंजेक्शन स्टार्ट होईल त्यावेळेला here air fuel mixture is forming, and that particular burning air fuel mixture is coming out into the main combustion chamber. So see how it is happening. बघा ती बर्न होत होत बाहेर येते. सुरुवातीला पायलट इंजेक्शन किंवा जी फर्स्ट स्टेज इथं कम्प्लीट होते आणि सेकंड स्टेज मध्येच इथे येते आणि त्यामुळं नॉकिंग होण्याची प्रॉबिलिटी एकदम कमी असते आयडीआय टाईप ऑफ इंजिन मध्ये. आणि म्हणून आयडीआय टाईप ऑफ इंजेक्शन कंबशन चेंबर जनरली आवाज कमी देतात, कारण तिथं नॉकिंग जनरली होण्याची प्रॉबिलिटी फार कमी असते. होत नाही याच्यातला भाग नाही, परंतु फार कमी असते प्रॉबिलिटी. अँड देअरफॉर टू प्रिव्हेंट द नॉकिंग वी प्रिफर टू यूज आयडीआय टाईप ऑफ इंजिन ओव्हर डीआय टाईप ऑफ इंजिन. परंतु एक ध्यानात ठेवा, डीआय टाईप ऑफ इंजिन मध्ये थर्मल एफिशियन्सी हायर आहे कम्पेअर्ड टू आयडीआय टाईप ऑफ इंजिन. बरोबर, म्हणजे वी आर कॉम्प्रोमाइजिंग द थर्मल एफिशियन्सी इन ऑर्डर टू गेट नॉक फ्री कंबशन. तर अशा प्रकारे आपल्याला ही जी सगळे आयडिया टाईप ऑफ कंबशन चेंबर आहेत इथं सगळं तेच होतंय. काय होतंय, फर्स्ट स्टेज इथं कम्प्लीट होतंय आणि फर्स्ट स्टेज इथं कम्प्लीट होणार असल्यामुळं आणि फर्स्ट स्टेज मध्ये जी फ्युएल एक्सप्लोड होणार आहे ती इथंच होणार आहे. बरोबर, आणि इथं एक्सप्लोजन झालं आणि त्याची क्वांटिटी कमी असणार आहे. आणि त्यामुळं काय होतंय की सेकंड स्टेज मध्ये जी येते ती इथल्या बर्निंग गॅसेस मध्ये मिक्स होऊन ती पुढं मेन कंबशन चेंबर मध्ये येते आणि मेन कंबशन चेंबर मध्ये कॉम्प्रेस्ड एअर आहे, त्याच्यामध्ये गेलं की ती बर्न व्हायला चालू होते. So what happens is the probability of knocking becomes very less and therefore the sound produced by IDI type of engine is very less. So the firing is silent compared to that of DI type. म्हणजे DI type चं इंजिन थोडासा आवाज जास्त असतो आणि IDI type of इंजिनचा आवाज जनरली कमी असतो compared to DI type. बरोबर, म्हणजे and since the probability of knocking is less, the thickness of the cylinder walls is generally kept less. म्हणजे bulkiness of the engine is also going to reduce. So engines are more lighter compared to that of DI type of engine. DI type जरा थोडंसं बल्की जास्त असतात, IDI type इंजिन थोडंसं बल्की कमी असतात. बरोबर, DI टाइप मध्ये आवाज जास्त होतो, IDI टाइप मध्ये आवाज कमी होतो. आता का कमी होतो, तर कारण इथं प्री इंजेक्शन इथं होतंय. प्री इंजेक्शन चेंबर मध्येच तुम्हाला फर्स्ट स्टेज कम्प्लीट होते आणि फर्स्ट स्टेज एकदा कम्प्लीट झाली की सेकंड स्टेज मध्ये जी काय एक्सप्लोजन होणार आहे ती इथंच होणार आहे. सो मग नंतर काय होतंय की नंतर इथून जे काय फ्युअल बाहेर येत राहील, so that will be coming mixing with this mixture over here, burned gases over here, and that hot mixture is coming out and burning as it is coming in the main combustion chamber. त्यामुळं सेकंड स्टेज मध्ये म्हणजे मेन कंबशन चेंबर मध्ये ज्या वेळेला फ्युअल येतं त्यावेळेला ती स्फोट व्हायचा काही प्रश्न उद्भवत नाहीये, कारण पहिल्या स्टेजमध्ये दॅट इज इग्निशन डिले पिरियड मध्ये जी काय बर्न होणार होतं ती इथंच बर्न झालं. सो वॉट एव्हर इज हॅपनिंग इज ओव्हर हिअर ओनली. सो द नॉकिंग, इफ एट ऑल इट इज small amount it is happening, explosion that is happening over here, and therefore comparatively the sound is very less in case of IDI type of engine. तर इथं बघा, इथं सुरुवातीला इथं इंजेक्टर बसवलाय, इथून फ्युअल डायरेक्टली इकडे जाते आणि इथं बर्न व्हायला चालू होते आणि बर्न होऊन परत माघारी येते. ओके, म्हणजे फ्युअल इकडे जाणार आणि परत बर्न होत माघारी येणार. एअर सेल टाइप कंबशन चेंबरची डिझाईन तशी आहे. ओके, ही स्वर्ल चेंबर टाइपची डिझाईन आहे, ही प्री कंबशन चेंबरची डिझाईन आहे. इथं सगळीकडे कन्सेप्ट सिमिलर राहते, फक्त एअर मोशन चेंज होते. स्वर्ल आहे का, स्क्विश आहे का, आणि बाहेर जी मिक्सर येणार आहे ती बर्निंग येणार आहे का, एअर फ्युअल मिक्सर येणार आहे का, वगैरे वगैरे अशा गोष्टीमध्ये फरक राहतो, परंतु कन्सेप्ट सिमिलर. So that is how we have the different types of combustion chambers in case of CI engines. So basically we have two type of combustion chamber. One was the DI type of combustion chamber. इथं तुम्ही बघाल all the DI type of combustion chamber, आणि इथं बघाल तर IDI type of combustion chamber, indirect injection type of combustion chambers. बरोबर, इथं इनडायरेक्ट इंजेक्शन का म्हणतोय, कारण आपलं इंजेक्शन होणार आहे ती इथं प्री कंबशन चेंबर मध्ये होणार आहे, इथं स्वर्ल चेंबर मध्ये होणार आहे. आणि मेन कंबशन चेंबर मध्ये आपण इंजेक्शन करत नाहीये. मेन कंबशन चेंबर मध्ये इंजेक्शन करत नाही. इंजेक्शन कुठं होतं, इथं झालेलं इंजेक्शन परत पेटत ड्रॉपलेट्स बाहेर येत आहेत आणि बाहेर आपल्याला माहिती आहे बाहेर काय आहे, फ्रेश एअर आहे, कॉम्प्रेस्ड आहे, हॉट एअर आहे. फ्रेश हॉट कॉम्प्रेस्ड एअर आहे बाहेर. सो द ड्रॉपलेट्स कमिंग in the main combustion chamber, they are now plenty available with the oxygen, amount of oxygen is plenty over there and they starts burning. Okay, so the burning becomes very smoother, and correspondingly the noise is very less in case of IDI type of engine. So I hope everybody understood what is the difference between DI type of combustion chamber and IDI type of combustion chamber, how the combustion is happening in both these cases. I hope everybody understood. Is there anybody who has not understood the difference between DI type of combustion chamber and IDI type of combustion chamber? असं कोण आहे का वर्गामध्ये ज्याला DI आणि IDI मधला फरक समजला नाही? कन्स्ट्रक्शन वाइज आणि काय होतंय कंबशन चेंबरच्या आतमध्ये त्या बेसिसवरती. So we are not going for detail into regarding subtypes of DI type combustion chamber and subtypes of IDI type of combustion chambers. Anybody having any doubt, you can ask. And that particular concept was very clearly explained here in the video. So here the knocking was very clearly seen. Knocking SI आणि CI मध्ये जे मागच्या पॉइंट मध्ये आपण डिस्कस केलं होतं, knocking in case of SI and CI, sorry CI SI engines, ते इथं तुम्हाला क्लिअरली दाखवले बघा. ह्या ॲनिमेशन मध्ये तुम्हाला नॉकिंग क्लिअरली दिसतंय. हे एसआय आहे बरं का, सीआयचं नाहीये. स्पार्क प्लग दिसतोय तुम्हाला इथं स्पार्क प्लग आहे. इथं तुमचं काय होतंय, स्पार्क तयार होतोय, फ्लेम तयार होतोय आणि फ्लेम चौ बाजूनं प्रवास करतोय. हे जीडीए टाइप ऑफ इंजिन आहे, गॅसोलिन डायरेक्ट इंजेक्शन टाइप ऑफ इंजिन. म्हणजे फ्युएल इंजेक्ट होत आहे, गॅसोलिन फ्युएल इंजेक्ट होत आहे. यू कॅन सी द फ्लेम ट्रॅव्हलिंग. हे नॉर्मल कंबशन आहे. आता जे झालं ते नॉर्मल कंबशन होतं. आता नॉकिंग कंबशन कसं होतंय बघा. तर इथे एक नवीन फ्लेम तयार झाली आणि एंड मिक्सचर स्टार्ट्स अ न्यू फ्लेम अँड बोथ द फ्लेम्स कोलाइड ओव्हर हियर. So here two flames, one flame is traveling this direction, another flame is traveling in this direction. Both of these flames collide over here. Okay, that is what we call as knocking. So this is your knocking. Now we can see the pre-ignition, how the pre-ignition happens. Pre-ignition means ignition before the spark plug, flame due to spark plug. स्पार्क प्लग मुळे झालेल्या फ्लेमच्या अगोदरच तुमचं मिक्सर पेटतंय. इथं कार्बन डिपॉझिट झालंय आणि त्या कार्बन मुळे आता बर्निंग होणार आहे बघा. म्हणजे इथं ही फ्लेम तयार व्हायच्या अगोदर इथे एक नवीन फ्लेम तयार झाली. That is what is shown. कार्बन डिपॉझिट मुळे. स्पार्क प्लगचे काही पार्ट्स असतात ते सुद्धा प्री इग्निशनला कारणीभूत ठरू शकतात. आता हा पार्ट गरम राहिलाय, एवढा गरम झाला की दाऊ दिस पार्ट इट सेल्फ इज गोइंग टू इग्नाइट द मिक्सचर बिफोर द स्पार्क. स्पार्क प्लगचा दुसरा पार्ट आहे. आता हे गरम झालंय. बघितलं इथं गरम आहे. आता हा पार्ट बर्न होणार. म्हणजे आता स्पार्क झालं म्हणजे स्पार्कच्या अगोदरच या पार्ट मुळे मिक्सचर पेटतंय. इथं पिस्टनचं एक पार्ट गरम आहे, पार्ट गरम आहे इथं, ही पार्ट गरम आहे इथं, आणि इथं बघा फ्लेम तयार होत्या आणि दोन फ्लेम कोलाइड होत्या. सो नॉकिंग ड्यू टू प्री इग्निशन. So I hope everybody understood what is abnormal combustion, all the points except one point that we will cover, that is octane number and cetane number. We will cover in the next lecture. Okay, so we have covered all the points over here. So this was the syllabus, stages of combustion. So except cetane number, except this particular point, we have covered all the points. Okay, and in the next one lecture, the cetane number and octane number point will be also covered. So anybody having any doubt with respect to today, whatever has been discussed, please ask with respect to the combustion chambers in CI engine, DI type and IDI type, how it is happening, how the combustion is happening, how the normal combustion is happening, how abnormal combustion is happening, etc. With respect to CI engines. So, comparison of abnormal combustion in SI and CI engine and requirements of combustion chamber in CI engine and its types. All these points we have covered now. And the last point remaining is cetane number. So this we will cover in next lecture. So if anybody having any doubt, you may ask. And if you understood whatever has been discussed, you may mark your attendance in the chat box and may leave. And in the tomorrow's lecture, we will preferably go for, in the next week, we'll go for test, MCQ test on chapter number 5 and 6. So be prepared for quiz on chapter number 5 and 6. Anybody having any doubt? Please ask. Okay, then no questions are coming. So we'll stop over here for today.